Welcome in, Cancer. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. For those of you that are new, welcome in, guys. Hope everybody's doing awesome. So, Cancer, this is going to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, any placement in the sign of Cancer. As always, guys, general read, so just keep that in mind. Please only take what resonates. So, Cancer, I already pulled your oracle cards. You're showing up on my left. Your person is showing up on the right. Feel free to swap sides. Same thing if I'm talking to a cross watcher. So I usually pull your oracle cards ahead of time. It's just nobody wants to really see me shuffle for 10 minutes, with dead air time. So that being said, I'm going to pull some tarot, get some feelings out, upcoming actions for the month of May. So again, this is your general love reading for the month of May. And I will follow up in the middle of the month to see where things are at, just to check in for you. So that's usually a little bit of a shorter reading for you, but this one's usually pretty long. So that being said, again, we're going to dive on in here. I'm going to walk you through these cards. So from what I can get right now, what I'm picking up on off your cards here, Cancer, I feel like for a lot of you, you and this person are at a bit of a standstill here. I feel like this connection has been put on pause. So for some of you, you could be like outright not speaking to each other. For others of you, if there is contact, I feel like it's minimal. I don't feel like this, I guess this could be possibly somebody that were in a relationship with, and then you and them went your separate ways. But I feel like, that energy between the two of you is still lingering. So you're still thinking about this person. This person's still thinking about you, Cancer. The mutual energy, which I found to be quite fascinating, this card doesn't come out very often, was the ghost card. So this is card number 32. So 3 and 2 is 5. That really talks about changes in the situation with each other. And I'm actually going to read this ghost card because I actually feel like it's a pretty important message for you and or your person here if I'm talking to a cross watcher. So are you being haunted, or are you the one doing the haunting? The presence of the ghost card doesn't necessarily mean that spirits are drifting around your dwelling, although it most certainly could. In this deck, the ghost card speaks to yearning, attachment, and unresolved connections. What makes ghosts different from other mystical entities is that the energy is specifically linked to the past. Ghosts are attached to history and likewise demand that we recall these events, experiences, and individuals. Indeed, when this card shows up, consider what lingering circumstances still need to be resolved and take the appropriate action to bring closure. After all, the best way to deal with a ghost is to make peace, recognizing that these spiritual entities or powerful memories peacefully can coexist with our present day realities. Whatever happened has already occurred, and there's nothing to fear. Pardon me. So I feel, Cancer, that, like I mentioned, you and this person, it really gives me the energy of like unfinished business. I feel like in the month of May, there's things that you would like to actually say to this person. For some of you, you might do some sort of speaking work as part of your job. So I don't know, maybe some of you actually have your own channel on YouTube, so that could be a possibility. If that is the case, I feel like there's a specific message here for you that to take a risk, to put yourself out there maybe a little bit more, because you got step out of your comfort zone for the month of May, North Node. So for a lot of you, if you are on some sort of special spiritual journey and or whatever it is that you're doing that kind of lights your fire, whatever your passion is, spirit's encouraging you to go for it in the month of May. And I feel like for a lot of you, it does have to do with speaking because we got the air card. You might also be dealing with an air sign. So, and or your person may have air in their chart. You might also have air in your chart, but that's a specific message for somebody out there. I also feel it could also be talking about this relationship where, if there's something that's left unsaid here between you and your person, and I feel like actually both of you have things that you'd like to say to each other. Like, it again, I'm really getting unresolved energy between the two of you, and I feel like that's why this ghost card this is the mutual card, right, between you and your person. So in your energy as well, I feel like whatever happened between you and this person definitely very painful. So we got pain, apprehensive, afraid, and cautious coming through in your Sacred Heart. Um, and then as well, I feel like this connection that you have with this person, there is something about this connection that feels faded. So I feel like for a lot of you, that might be what's really difficult to, kind of move on from. That this person, you feel like, I mean, I personally believe that we don't meet people for, like, I don't feel like it's random. I feel like, each person that you meet, if you have a very special connection with them, there's usually a lesson attached to that. So for the month of May, Cancer, you're coming through as the fish card here. You might also be dealing with a Pisces, or someone who has water in their sign, other than yourself. So, obviously with the fish, even though that's a Pisces card, Cancer is also a water sign. So that being said, in the fish card here for the month of May, I feel like you're just trying to get back to the surface here. So again, I feel like whatever setback you had in this situation with this person, as you can see in the card, there's like, a circle of light, and the fish is, still pretty deep in the dark. So I feel like you're still pretty deep in your feels here about the situation with this person. And again, trying to find I guess, the light at the end of the tunnel, or like, um, the pot of gold after the rainbow, after the storm in a situation, and trying to find the bright side of this situation with this person. And, I feel like for a lot of you in your heart, you probably feel like this situation is not over. And again, I don't feel like it is, because I feel like that's why we're getting this ghost card between the two of you. So a lot of unfinished business, a lot of things that were left unsaid. And again, I feel like Spirit is encouraging you and this person to actually, speak up in the month of May to either put this to rest, or to, have some sort of closure for yourself and or your person here, Cancer. So let's talk about your person's card, your cards. I feel like there's something special about this connection that is protected as well. There's a reason why this relationship fell apart. So, I feel like this person that you're dealing with, Cancer, definitely has some things that they need to work through. And I mean, nobody's perfect. I'm not picking on your person here, but I feel like this person does have some things to work through. Like, so I feel like you and this person definitely may not be aligned right now. There's something about this connection right now that things are not aligned. So I feel like Spirit is protecting you, even though it may not feel like it, especially if you're, in the midst of feeling all of these emotions and heartache from this situation. And again, trying to find, the silver lining on this cloud here right now with this situation with this person. So I feel like, I want Spirit's trying to tell you as well, like, there's a reason why it's not coming together right now. Doesn't mean never, just means for right now. So, just know that. So I feel like that's important as well. And again, there's something special about this connection that you do have with this person. But again, until you guys are in alignment, it's just not going to work. So I feel like this person is pretty lost. They got nothing will come of this situation, void of course moon. So this means that this person's really off course. You're heading towards your north node, you know, and I feel like this person either doesn't have a north node. So I feel like this person's kind of like wandering aimlessly right now. They're not really sure about what direction they should be moving in. And again, I feel like that's been part of the problem. So it's really giving me an indication here that your person has been probably, dragging their feet, not wanting to make a decision about you, about your relationship here, Cancer. Not being forthright either, as well. I feel like this person has hidden a lot of things from you. And I feel like there was some truth that might come out in the month of May with this truth be told card. But this person, I feel like, again, so I'm really getting avoidant energy here on this oyster card. So as you can see, you can't even see the pearl in this card. The oyster card this is somebody who, is very protective about and secretive, I want to say, about their life, or this person doesn't really let anybody in. Kind of gives me, what's that saying where, no man is an island? I feel like this person feels like they are an island. So it's very difficult for this person to let anybody in, or to trust anybody. So that gives me the indication that this person has, I don't feel like had it that easy either, as far as love and accepting love, giving love, um, or something about that for sure. And again, I feel like this person's pretty lost right now. They also got the running card. So this person definitely may have ghosted you in the past, ran away, not explained why. Um, this invisible card. So again, I feel like, every time this person does that, definitely probably triggered you here, Cancer. And again, don't let this person like project onto you their fears and their own insecurities. So, really try and ground yourself from this situation or this person. So again, I feel like, this person has a lot going on outside of you and this relationship. So again, not taking on all of, it's not your job to fix this person, Cancer. It's their job to, if they're going to be in a relationship with somebody, they need to show up and be accountable, participate, be truthful. Um, and again, I feel like that's not how this person has showed up to you in the past. And I feel like that's probably where a lot of this pain has, come from, as well as like you're not communicating, right, with that air energy. So let's get into the tarot now. Let's see how this person is currently feeling. How does this person currently feel about my Cancers here, please? Does this person currently feel about Cancer? What's going on with this person? So let's see what comes out. How does this person feel about Cancer in the month of May, Spirit? For Cancer, please. How does this person feel about Cancer? How does this person feel about Cancer, please? So we got the King of Cups coming out. Six of Pentacles. The Hangman. Can I get one more? All right, I got two Kings coming out. All right, I feel like in the month of May here, Cancer, there's definitely, I feel like this person is wanting to try and show up. So you might hear from this person. They're thinking about it. The Hangman energy is like kind of like somebody who's taking a time out. So again, like I mentioned at the beginning of this reading, I feel like for a lot of you, this relationship has been put on a time out. With the King of Wands and the King of Cups coming through in their feelings here, this person definitely is highly attracted to you. So a lot of physical attraction towards you, Cancer, which I love. So could be dealing with a Leo, and again, and/or a Sagittarius, Aries. And then we have a little bit of Taurus out and some Pisces. But usually by the time the read's out, pretty much everybody's out. So this person does care for you. I feel like, again, this person is trying to kind of like find the balance, find some balance. So King of Cups can definitely be somebody who's a little bit stoic. Because even though there's all these waves beneath the king, he's like managing to hold these two cups and keep everything balanced. So again, in order to do that, this person could definitely be not the best at expressing their feelings, even though they do feel them deeply. And I feel like this person does care about you here, Cancer, for sure. So I feel like for some of you, this person may come across as showing their feelings more in a physical sense. I'm also getting that. So again, this could have started out as, maybe something a little bit more casual, something not so serious. But I'm going to clarify that Hangman because I kind of want to see what's on this person's mind. I feel like for some of you, let's see, before I say that, I want to just clarify. Tell me about the Hangman here. Why is the Hangman showing up here in this person's feelings? The Moon. Okay, so Like we mentioned before, I don't feel like this person, I feel like this person is very scattered right now. They're not really sure where they're going. And that really exemplifies here that feeling with the moon card coming out because, it's dark in the moon card. Walking through the forest, can't really see, you're only kind of going by the moon, the light of the moon here, trying to find your way. So I feel like this person definitely might say to you in May here, Cancer, that they can't really make any promises. They don't really know how things are going to turn out. And again, it's very wishy-washy. So again, I feel like that's part of your issue that you have with this situation with this person. And again, I feel like, as much as this person, cares about you, is attracted to you, I feel like in the past there was probably pretty even give and take. But at the same token, again, I'm really getting like, well, I don't know where this is going, you know? And again, I feel like that's been probably the bane of your, a big problem in your relationship with this person. So let's see how you're feeling. How is Cancer feeling about this person? How is Cancer feeling about this person? All right, you definitely want some changes here. Could also be dealing with a Scorpio with the Death card coming out. All right, we have the Queen of Wands. We got a match now, King and Queen of Wands here. The Sun, Eight of Swords. All right, I feel like for some of you, there was some deception in the past. We have the Devil card showing up on the bottom. So I don't know, this person definitely could have lied to you, Cancer. So I feel like, or you feel like this person wasn't truthful about something at some point. So I feel like right now, you're really in the energy of like really wanting to see some change from this person. I feel like you want to see them step up, show some emotion, so show you that they feel passionate about you. And they do. I just feel like in the past, this person has definitely not been able to show it. Like they've kind of been hiding that part of them. And I don't know if it's because this person may have, some sort of fear about being rejected, And again, we've all been hurt in love before or had our heart broken. So, but you're having a hard time trusting this situation with this person. You have the Eight of Swords and the Seven of Swords. So there was some sort of betrayal, some sort of lie, something that came to light that you found out about. So maybe you found out about something this person did or said that caused you to mistrust them now. So I feel like for some of you, you're not really able to kind of like really jump into this relationship again with both feet until you actually see some changes in this person. So that talks about consistency, that talks about, showing up, with love and some emotion towards you. So again, I feel like until you see those changes, you are hesitant to kind of like really invest in the situation with this person again. And I feel like there's probably some of you out there are like, hell no, I'm done with this situation. Like I don't want to have to deal with this anymore. It's just too stressful. But again, I'm talking to the collective, so for some of you, you might want to try and work things out with this person, right? But, they do actually, like, I feel like when things were good with this person, they were really good. I feel like that's why the Sun card is here, Cancer. So yeah, you really want things to change. And I feel like for a lot of you, like I already mentioned, there was, some toxicity here with this person on some level in the past, and there's the abandonment, no communication. So I feel like on some level here, this person, there was some manipulation here with communication on some level, and again, we got that ghosting card. So Five of Pentacles to the Eight of Wands to the Devil really talks about, somebody disappearing into the abyss, not explaining why, what's really going on, and kind of leaving you to guess. So I feel like, that's obviously very painful when somebody does that. It's, just like one of the worst things I feel like you could do to somebody, to be honest. So again, I feel like that's where this pain is coming from here, Cancer, from this person repeatedly doing this, for some of you in the past, for sure. That's the underlying energy. So again, I feel like it's very difficult for you to trust this person when they do come towards you. And I feel like they're on the fence about doing that. But let's ask about actions now. What actions in May is this person going to take towards my Cancer spirit? Any actions towards Cancer? And look at that, we have the Page of Swords right off the bat. So yeah, this person's going to reach out to you. They could also be watching your social media if you have any. Justice. Two of Pentacles. Yeah, this person is still wondering whether or not you're still interested in them. We have the Two of Cups on the bottom now. Yeah, I feel like this kind of gives me the energy of like, oh, will Cancer still respond to me if I reach out to them? Like get a response from Cancer if I send them a message? Is Cancer still like attracted to me? Is Cancer, open to having a new passionate beginning with me? Or to like, make amends? The Ace of Wands is usually like, you know what the Ace of Wands is. I don't need to tell you. Anyway, with the Two of Pentacles, again, I feel like this person's kind of been going back and forth about, what direction they want to go in. Is it fair for me to reach out to Cancer? But I feel like this person's very curious. So maybe for some of you, you've been quiet on your social media since, you and this person stopped talking. I feel like this person's wondering how Cancer's feeling. How's Cancer doing? How's Cancer feeling? And again, I feel like that part could definitely be driving this person crazy. If you and this person have mutual friends in common, this person might be asking, your friends about you. Like, oh, hey, have you seen Cancer lately? How's Cancer been? Is Cancer seeing anybody? Has Cancer mentioned me at all? It's that kind of energy that I'm getting off of these actions. So Cancer, I feel like for May, you are going to get a message from this person. I feel like this person's a little bit torn about, making a move. So this gives me cautious energy here with the Justice card. Again, this person's not really sure what kind of response they're going to get from you. So again, I feel like they're kind of going back and forth, asking themselves, like, is this a good idea if I reach out to Cancer or not? And then I feel like this person is going to do it because we're ending with the Ace of Wands here on their energy. Yeah. Got Two of Cups, Knight of Cups, and then the Knight of Wands. So this person knows, Cancer, that, they really hurt you. This is you, the Knight of Wands. So, and I feel like this person knows that, they need to show up with those cups, right? In a loving way. If the situation's going to be healed between the two of you, like if you and this person are going to make up, they know that they need to show up correctly. So I guess be prepared here. I feel, Cancer, to hear from this person. I feel like be cautious, I want to say a little bit. Because again, has this person really changed? Only you can determine that. So, I would wait, I guess, if you really want to see how this person shows up. Is it consistent? Are they speaking with heartfelt thoughts? Do they really regret what they've done or didn't do? Um, you know, So again, you're going to need to make that decision for yourself, but at the end of the day, you need to like follow your heart here, Cancer. And is it, with this person or with somebody else? I feel like for a lot of you, it is this person. I don't mean to laugh, but if you feel like this is your divine counterpart, then it's, very difficult to kind of close that door. So I feel like if anything, maybe you and this person, if you have no intention and you just need some closure with this situation, for those of you that have no intention of going down this road with this person again, maybe hear them out, meet them for a drink, meet them for a coffee, get everything out that you need to say here in order to move forward. And for those of you that really do want to work on things and get back together, again, watch how this person shows up. Can they be consistent? Can they consistently show up with love towards you here, Cancer? Because this person has definitely broken your trust and they're going to need to, work at rebuilding it. And I feel like they know that. They definitely know that. I feel like that can also be reflective here of the Hangman and the Moon. Because it's like, ooh, I don't know, if Cancer's going to take me back here. But I feel like I need to try. So I feel like that's why this person is going to reach out to you, because I feel like they feel like they need to try to make amends here, to balance things out between the two of you. So we have two cards here of balance as well in the middle here. I'm just noticing that with the Justice card. So majors that came out were Scorpio, the Sun card here with Leo. We have a fair amount of swords out as well with that air card. Again, Pisces. So, I'd say it's pretty heavy on the air energy. So that's, Libra and Aquarius, some Scorpio. So, and then we have some Pisces out as well with the strong Pisces as well. That the Moon, the Hangman, and the King of Cups. So anyway, at the end of the day, it could be any sign. So let's get some messages from this person. I'll close out your reading with this. I'm going to split the deck in half and do each half of the deck, just the way I like to shuffle. I can't hold them all. There's too many of them. So messages for my Cancers, please. Especially if you're in no contact. Messages for Cancer from this person, please, from their higher self. All right. I'm scared of rejection. We talked about that. People don't believe in me. It is dark without you. Yeah. So that's essentially the Moon here, right? And then that other half of the deck here is drama. And what other messages for Cancer here from this person's higher self to Cancer, please? Messages for Cancer. We have I don't want to be alone. Will this pain ever stop? We have I want out. So for some of you, if this was a third party, that could be talking about that. That's not going to be for all of you. And obviously, again, a lot of pain between you and this person with that Ghost card. And then the bottom of this deck is, or the other half of the deck, they have hurt me. So definitely for some of you, this could have been third party. And that was what was the block between you and this person getting together. We do have the Justice card here as well. So that could have been somebody in the middle of a divorce, somebody thinking about getting a divorce. Maybe when you met this person was telling you that they were getting divorced and maybe they really weren't, could be anything really. So Cancer, I hope this reading helped. If it did resonate, if you could let me know by leaving a comment and or liking on the reading, it really makes a huge difference as far as YouTube pushing the video out. As always, guys, take care of yourself, follow your heart, and hopefully I'll see you in your mid-month.